Thanks for listening to our daily Bible reading lesson. The lesson today is unity. In our Bible reading yesterday, one of the chapters was Psalm 133. And here David says, "Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." It's like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. What a great and wonderful psalm about the beauty of unity. And today we talk about unity, we see it, it's a noble plea, it's one that we ought to seek. But sadly, the world is anything but in unity. There are nations against nations. There are people against people, race against race, gender against gender, and yes, there's only two of them. But you look and you see the world is so divided, but sadly, there's always going to be that. The Lord talks about there's a broad way that leads to destruction in Matthew 7. That broad way is one of division, of people seeking their own, like back in the book of Judges, there was no king. Every man did that which is right in his own eyes. There's no unity there. But sadly, it comes into the church even. People in religion, they talk about unity, but really what they want is union. It's like that old example. You can take two cats and tie their tails together and throw them over a line, and you'll have union, but you won't have unity. And that's the way the religious world is. But then, even more tragic, it comes into the church. In the book of 1 Corinthians, the first chapter, the Apostle Paul, when he addressed so many problems in the church, one of the things that he began with, or the thing he began with, was division that was amongst them. It's a tragic thing whenever the devil looks and he sees, especially the children of God, who are his prey. If he is going about seeking whom he may devour, here is a herd of animals. You can see the picture traveling together. Lion doesn't want that. He wants to divide them. If the lion goes after, he wants to cut some out of the flock so he can get down the numbers until he has the one that he can devour and eat. And that's the way that the church seems to get at times. Unity is a noble plea. The psalmist extolled that virtue. The Lord in John the 17th chapter prayed for it. In 1 Corinthians the first chapter, the Apostle Paul, he pleaded for it in Corinth, and thus to all. But you think about it, unity doesn't come unless there is a standard. John the 17th chapter, the Lord prayed that we might be one as he and the Father are one. That means true unity, not union, but unity. And he says that they might be one through their word. You see, he promised to those disciples in that day, the apostles, as they would go forth, that the Spirit would guide them into all truth. And that truth is his word, which gives us all things pertaining to life and godliness, which gives us that which we are to do all in the name of. Colossians, the third chapter, verse 17, in his name. It's his word, Matthew 28, 18 through 20, that we are to follow. And that's where true union comes from, the beauty of the togetherness that is there. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 1, whenever he said, I've heard that there's division amongst you, and I rightly believe it, he besought them that they have that oneness, that unity that is there, that they speak the same thing, be of the same mind, be of the same judgment. We don't unify with a different message, with a different standard. But whenever we stand together, all of us having put on, as we're told in Ephesians, the sixth chapter, the whole armor of God, every aspect of it which deals with the Word of God. We take up the sword of the Spirit and we battle those things that would destroy us in the church, in the home, in society. Unity is beautiful, but unity begins with you and I. We need to do more than just read the passage. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. We need to make sure that we are determined to have the standard and the humbleness, the humility that will follow that standard, that we can truly be one through that word that he has given. When we do that, we'll chase away the devil, and hopefully we will bring others to the beauty of that unity that the psalmist described. Thanks for listening. You have a good day. Let's do it together. Thank you again for joining us in this Bible study. We remind you, if you'd like to follow along in our daily Bible reading, the link below in the description of this video will give you the PDF so you can read right along with us. If you have any other questions or if you'd like information on a Bible study, contact us with the information provided on the screen before you.